Hello, everybody. This is Jeremy. I want to thank everybody for checking out this new episode of Mastering Real Estate Excellence. This is a webinar that we do, showcasing some of the things that we have in our CRM and how real estates can use it and obviously achieve excellence, right? So today, what I wanted to talk about was we've got a library of action plans. So I wanted to take a deeper dive into the type of action plans that we have, and then maybe kind of go through them, look at them, see which ones I might think that you guys might be interested in, and then of course leave it up to you guys to go into your own libraries and utilize some of the action plans that we already have available. So let's see. I'm not going to look at the default ones yet because default is basically your folder. This is a test environment, so I'm not sure if these were, where they were pulled from, but we can go in to our folders and we can see holidays. So happy holidays. Obviously, this is a typical greeting. Let's see, happy holidays. Let's take a look. It's got a nice little graphic. Now, in the event that you are comfortable with the message, right? I hope this message finds you well. We venture into the winter. So obviously you can edit these things. Maybe you pull something from ChatGPT that you like, maybe that works in some of your humor. And so you can easily come into here, copy, paste, and edit the message. You can also come in here and highlight this and can delete it if you want. And you can use snipping tool, right, to go find a let's call it Christmas. Let's do happy Christmas. Christmas image. Let's do, here we go. So we could open up this one. Now, obviously you want to be careful from what you can grab, but let's just say you grabbed it from a place that you can, right? There's no copyright issues with this, but now, or even one maybe that you've taken a picture of, right? Maybe it's could be one of your holiday greeting cards, and you've got a digital picture of it. But just to show that all you have to do is copy paste, sorry, that is Control V, the image into, and then you can just edit the verbiage. It's got your signature going up, you got your greeting. You would basically hit save to this, and now you've essentially customized. You can switch out the subject and create a new one. And now you can then save it, and now you have a new revised holiday message, right? So definitely, I'm not going to save that for no reason. But you can essentially use this one, use this as a template, dress it up as you wish, and now you have an action plan that you can use. You can either set up a trigger, right, to go once every year, you can go once a year, and you'll most likely just do it on all contacts, that kind of thing. You can add extra, so if you had, let's say, a sphere, a holiday sphere, right, to see where I think it's groups. So if you had a value in here that said holidays, or marketing newsletter, something like that, that they get consistent communications, you could select that. So let's just pick newsletter, add the condition. Let's just say that's an email, so must have an email, so email not empty, and then you can save and exit this, and you can hit schedule, and now we will have a action plan that will happen once a year when it has these, when it has this newsletter, and when it has the contact owner as this person, automatic on all contacts, emails not empty once a year. So depending on when you start it, it will actually continue, it would always take that same time frame. So if you did this in December, then this would continue to show up, or you could use another condition that has a date specific, and you can, have it go off in the first week of December. And that way you can really kind of time the delivery of these messages. However, just looking at the first message or the first action plan that we can use in the holiday folder, let's take a look at nurture. Let's see what kind of things this is. Not sure what that one is. Buying, buying post closing. So let's take a look at this one. This is an email, a personal request, and I'm excited to see you into your new place. I hope it is going smoothly. Let's see, I have a personal request. If you could help me providing a review. All right, this sounds good. You do have to take these from the imported place and move these into your folders. That's one. And in fact, I don't think that's where we're viewing these. We're viewing these straight from what's been saved to these folders. Let's go to the import action plan. There we go. My my thoughts, I thought there was more holiday stuff. So this is Christmas stuff. We can view that from here. Okay, can't really do any editing, but we can import it from here. Looks like they also got Thanksgiving. Looks like they got a nice little turkey graphic. Real simple. But then again, you can definitely come in here, switch all of this up, and set triggers to these and get the rocking. Let's see what is in a nurture. Okay, so this is an alert to an up and coming wedding anniversary. So if you like to stay on top of these details, you could set up a to-do, right? So this is an action plan in which you can set the trigger to the date that you have one of the fields that is designated for the wedding anniversary. And then what this is going to do is for that contact, it's going to set up a to-do. Just turn something. All right. And pretty simple when it comes to importing and what this action plan will do. So that's if you're into that kind of thing. Now, another thing that if you would still like a reminder and a to-do set up, but it's not for an anniversary, you could totally still save this and just edit it, right? So I would definitely consider this if you wanted some type of reminder in a form of a to-do, you could just use this, import this action plan and edit it, give it a different name, utilize a different field, or we can just figure out a different way of triggering it, right? And you would still get this type of notification if you would rather have a to-do rather than an appointment or an all-day reminder. So this is a message and looks like an email goes out with a text message. So this is just a small little email message, right? Not much to it, no photo, nothing, just a real quick little sentence and a text message. Looks like it says the same thing. So you could really decide whether if you would rather just keep the text message instead of the email. It's a matter of just deleting this first leg of the action plan. And so once again, you could and you most likely can, you know, add a little bit to the message, make it your own. But all you would have to do is import this action plan from here. It would create a nurture folder in your in on your action plans, and then you'd be able to find it at least quickly and utilize it. But then again, you can move any of these once you've downloaded them into your own. You can move them to your own different folders, and you can create many more folders to organize your stuff. We've got the typical happy birthday. Once again, looks like it's in an email form and it comes in a text message. Whether if you want to use both, you can. You can also put in a reminder here, all day reminder, so you can give somebody a phone call, make it a little bit more personal, or you can, I guess, add another action, which is like a all day reminder for a couple of days in advance to the birth date. And you can actually like use that reminder a week before to actually sign a birthday card and put it in the mail. And that way, by the time you do that and you send it, it actually gets to him on his birthday, him or her, right? But that's just a thought. I've seen some people that actually do it like that. They don't really do any emails or text messaging or phone calls. They actually write a hand little letter, put it in the mail. But this could definitely show up 10 days in advance so that you can get on that and send out the letter. So that's another thought. But all you would have to do is import the action plan. And so this is in the nurture. So in the nurture, we've got, okay, I can see how this is. And then seller post closing. Let's see, this is basically a congratulations. And this is basically a one-off action plan, activity action plan going to the seller. You could elaborate with some more things, maybe, some additional activities that are 30 to 45 days out, still, offering any of your services to like referrals or, friends and friends and family. Um, but you could definitely, add to this one, even though it's just one. Post closing, this one is the congrats, check in 1 month afterwards, happy home anniversary, and then provide the garage codes. No, this is okay. Garage codes, garbage days, take off the lockbox. Okay, I think this can be, yeah, this is set up as a to-do, but it's most likely needs to be set within the schedule, right? So that's something that's left to give a date, a trigger date, depicting, depending on what and how you do that. But the first one is an email. This one is an appointment for you so that you can make a phone call at 9 a.m. This is another email going out 1 year later. And then I guess this you can decide right after, like around congratulations, when you're going to show up and or when you're going to do this. But if you like this action plan, simply just download it. Looks like we've got some post closing. Let's see what this one is. This is just a congratulations. And okay, what's a different variant of that one? We've got these alerts, up and coming birthday alert, spouse birthday reminder. What's this phishing? Missing your wedding anniversary. Okay. And there's some times where people don't have people's birthdays and they have to resort to these types of things. And so if you did, you could set it up in an action plan. And if you didn't have that information, you could just deploy it when you need. Here we've got mutual acceptance. So you can see how the action plans, they can also help you with these little events that go through with the buying and the selling. These are typical events that you could have an action plan triggered based on contract details. So when a contract is put into the system, it will activate all of this. So if you would like some additional assistance with tracking some of these kinds of things, not only sending emails to the customer, but putting to-dos on your on your list so that you can then get to these things in a timely manner or set them up as appointments. Whether if it's a to-do or an appointment, the whole point is that it doesn't get by you and you're always on top of these events. These can also be switched out. So if you set up this action plan and you do it, let's say a customized meaning, you go to your all contacts and you select the contact and you start the action plan from that page, you can actually customize and change the dates and times that these go out so that it's more appropriate around the correct times instead of just, the action plan doing its best to guess based on what kind of triggers you set. So once again, let's see, simple little email here, another email here. Okay, so you would have to go in and edit, and I do suggest obviously editing these, like, right, obviously these movers aren't always aren't your movers, and so put your information in. Just don't assume that this information is correct because that will be a surprise. We got a cold lead SMS, and so we've got previously connected. Okay, so and then we got a follow-up call with the cold lead, and then hi client, just following up on my voicemail. Follow up for the second phone call. Sounds like you're busy, haven't heard back. Yeah. Um, just how you see this format, text message appointment, text message appointment. I think that would be most likely something good to continue out with this action plan and put in a bunch of appointments. That way, when these go out, you're always gotten something on your appointment, which you can then follow up either with the account or send another phone call, right? So this definitely could help somebody with reaching out to a cold lead. And if you break this up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this could be a weeks long action plan helping you try to bring these people back to the table. And so not sure how many people could have at any given time, but if you had, 20, 30 people that you're trying to get back in touch with, why not utilize an action plan within about a week would most likely get everybody to communicate to you and, let you know their time frames. I know it's important to kind of just know what's going on. This is a buyer, and this is an old, stale, and cold. I'm assuming lead. And we've got some just straight text messages. Doesn't look like there's well, we've got one email, and it's been a while. And so 2 emails, just checking in. So, and this goes 45 days long. So this is what, a month and a half of outreach, of consistent contact that you're not doing yourself. The good thing about these ones is you want to possibly import it, go through any of the verbiage. If it doesn't sound like you, obviously touch it up. I would definitely get your signature in there, or at least your first and last name with the phone number. If calls do go to any of these text messages, they do go to you, right? So if you do get a call out of nowhere and somebody is possibly referring one of these messages, then that can happen. So, and if it does, well, that's now kind of like an incoming call. So you're going to definitely want to address it. But just imagine having an action plan working for you, 45 days trying to bring people to you, and then that way you can focus on other things. I could definitely see how this helps. Let's see here. I don't think this one, this is a cold lead premium. So touch base, this is an email, and then this is the follow-up phone call. So you might want to maybe add some more activities, make it to where it's possibly maybe a week's long kind of campaign, 15 days, right? A week, 2 weeks. I could see how that would get somebody to get back in touch with you to inform you of their timeline, because nobody wants to get consistent emails from people if they're not, you know, really either thinking about anything or not in any moment looking to purchase a home or need an agent. That way, you know, they can inform you and you can get them off the list and not bother them, and mm, probably have a conversation with them. Hopefully through that you can feel them out. You can do your best to kind of see what maybe their timeline is and how things could, you know, later on possibly how you could help them, or, you know, see if they would like to see if they're renting, you know, if they're renting and they're paying a significant amount of money, why not see if they can get themselves into a home, you know, might might be an opportunity in which you could help them with that. So um, definitely leverage action plans. So this is wedding anniversary, post close calls, post closing calls. This is 15 long. So these are appointments. Call each child on their both. Okay. I mean, well, you know, thinking of the customer in question, right? Your your past deals, your past clients, thinking of them consistently will always get them to think of you when they need your services. Calling for tickets to a sporting event. Okay. This is, you know, if they've if these are also past clients that have done you a solid and given you referrals, why not treat them out to something, right? Wishing wishing a happy birthday, wedding anniversary, more happy birthday, any surprises, expectations on the house. You know, this is just follow up, and this is 15 appointments, right? So these straight go to you in regards to this customer. And it looks like it goes out for a year long with these 15 different activities. So this is kind of like a 33 touch program just done in 15 different touches, and it's only done with appointments. So, you know, there's a lot of touches you can do that are just with emails, text messaging, and you can also follow up with phone calls and just give that extra support. But however, this is something just for you to get in your appointments. And let's see, not yet nurture English and Spanish, so that's good. Let's see, mantenemos en connect. Okay, that's good. Let's stay in contact. This is just a one-off, but let's see if the other ones have any more. Yep, this one. So not yet, nurture in Spanish. This is emails, text messages, appointments. Okay. I like this one. You know, this is just straight up follow up. And let's take a look. Yeah. No, this is good follow up, right? You know, this is what's going to get people to, and it goes for well into the year, if not year and a half. So I guess this, when you trigger it, it's already starting, you know, at the half of the year mark. So who knows? You could want to start that a little bit earlier just in case, just to let them know that, you know, you're going to stay on top of them. Looks like we've got revisiting cold leads from Zillow with Spanish involved. let's see here. We also got Zillow potential call or initial call. Okay, so that's post initial call. Okay, in Spanish, not bad. Goes for about 130 days, 10 activities. Just imagine you physically doing all of this work. You know, there's a reason why we pay for systems, and there's a reason why we, pay services like ours to help us reach as many people as we can in a week. And so having these things running in the background, oh, it definitely has to stir up some people, and it definitely should be putting opportunities your way. I can tell you, I have seen it happen. So why not do it? Why not mass edit or mass message your sphere of influence? Um, any new leads that you have, why not, inform them of any open houses that you're doing or any of those types of things. You know, I have seen it many different times, many different campaigns, and recently, how those simple blasts to a large group of people have brought 3 to 4, 5 contacts to come back and rekindle relationships, expressed interest, not now, maybe later. This is what we're thinking. And at the end of the day, you know, if you can consistently do these types of things and get these types of responses from your contacts, you know, that should build a good pipeline in which some deals can start to become consistently, and you can start building a big audience of people that are, you know, going to your events, checking out some of the listings that you may have. And I know that could definitely help the bottom line. So let's kind of get to the bottom. So this is definitely nurturing types of action plans. And as you can see, there's some short ones, but there is some long ones. And I could definitely see how agents could be using this. Just a matter of combing through which ones you can use, and then, figuring out what kind of trigger you would like to use. But I could see this totally working with no problem. If anybody has any questions, definitely set up a meeting with me so we can kind of point out, pick and see which ones are good. And then we can go ahead and start setting up maybe some triggers and kind of testing that stuff out and seeing how you can get the best of just these nurture campaigns that we have. So let's see what we have in lead generation, and we'll quickly go over that. And sorry about that, but let's go to lead gen. So new lead alert. Okay. You could set this up action plan to alert you when you get a new lead in. So as you have automated things come into the system, you could use one of these to, as your new leads come in, alert you, and that way you're not dropping the ball. But then again, as you could also, send yourself an email, you could begin an action plan to go right after these leads, right? We got a seller's outreach for a year or year one, 6 months. Let's see what this one. All right. I guess this is an approach, You definitely can edit this when you need, that's for sure. And so it does look like one is the same. And then look into various factors, times of the year should be. Let's take time to discuss. Okay, so, whether you find the verbiage, to your liking, all of this can be edited. If you've got a little bit of ChatGPT experience, you could definitely have these campaigns. You can build your own campaigns with your own verbiage and your own kind of objective. So these can definitely be utilized as templates and then just rebuilt out, add more activities, make them more to yourself. But these are really good ideas. So Facebook leads, slow track, sending reminder instead of texting for you. So this is an appointment. This is an email. Okay. Circling back. See, it's these consistent touches that, not always everybody's at the right moment. But when you set these kind of touches up, it'll get people. It's better than just calling one Monday of the week and then expecting something happening, that same day. There's times in which people need a good 6, 7. You could go the whole week trying to get a hold of somebody. Why would you want to be doing this kind of work physically when you could just have somebody doing it? Well, you can have an action plan doing it for you, And then when they're ready and they do send you a text or send you an email reply, then you're just sitting there waiting to manage that request. See what I'm saying? So that's how I would manage it. Um, One thing I can see is you got open in house. So, they've got a lot of campaigns that we could definitely spend hours in combing through all of these. Does seem like there's a lot of good ideas, especially for templates, and then you can build them out to your liking, even make them more, with more activities and that kind of stuff. And so I definitely would think that this would be a good thing to, when you have a couple of moments, come to the Thunderbolt, go to action plans, import action plan, and then you'll have these different folders: holidays, lead gen, and nurture, in which you'll have all of these templated action plans that you can use for your own purpose. So I definitely thank you guys, everybody, for checking out this video. If you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below, or you can obviously send me some information. This is my information up here at the top. So you can always reach out to me personally if you are checking our, CRM out and you would like to get more information and have me do a demo of what we have. Feel free to contact me here at my email and my phone number. And I definitely thank you guys. It was a pleasure, and you guys have a great day now.